Hello, art students. Today we are going to be drawing a whale shark and talking about rhythm. Rhythm is actually not the same thing as pattern. It can be kind of confusing to tell the difference between rhythm and pattern. Pattern is repeating things that are predictable. You could always guess what's going to come next. Rhythm, you would not be able to guess what comes next. So even though there are repeating things, you would not be able to guess what would come next because rhythm is not a pattern. They don't repeat in a predictable order. With my drawing, I'm going to start with 3 wavy lines. With my wavy lines, I'm going to overlap them to make it look like they're all blending together. Now that I'm done with my 3 wavy lines, I'm going to move on to my whale shark. Whale sharks swim with their mouth wide open to catch some fish, and I'm going to be doing the same. Create a big wide open mouth, just like the oval shape, and then start working on the body. You're going to swoop around for the belly and swoop over for the top part of the head and the fin. Now I'm going to go to the back fin. Here's its tail, and I'm adding one more fin right below that. Don't forget the other side fin. It's hiding behind the other side of the whale shark. And the whale shark actually has 2 little fins below his bottom. Now I need to add his eyes. I'm going to be doing these right on the side of his head. And I'm also putting little highlights in the corner of his eyes and coloring in the center black. Little highlights and coloring in the center. My whale shark is not yet complete without some pattern on the top part of my whale shark. So because we see actually the belly of the whale shark, we won't be putting a lot of pattern on the whale shark, only where the top of the whale shark would be. And again, we don't see a lot of the top part of the whale shark. Little circles are the perfect pattern for the whale shark. Now I'm going to move to the bottom of my page where I'm going to draw the floor of the ocean. I'm just drawing it on both of the corners, not all the way across, and making a wavy line. Once I do that, I'm going to draw some seaweed. Now the seaweed is not going to be a pattern. It's going to be just like a rhythm. A rhythm almost reminds me of music class, where you have that beat going over and over again. But in art class, the rhythm does not stay the same like patterns do. Rhythms repeat, but you cannot guess what would happen next. The repeating does not stay the same. So my seaweed, you can tell, even though they repeat over and over again, they're not staying the same. There is no pattern with my seaweed. Go ahead and fill up the ocean floor with seaweed. Now that I've done that, I'm going to fill up the ocean with little fish. These won't be a pattern because they won't be predictable. You won't be able to guess what fish would come next. But I will be putting fish all over the ocean, more so like a rhythm. I'm counting my fish because I want you to draw 15 small fish. Once you get 15, go ahead and draw 10 larger fish. Once you finish your 10 large fish, go ahead and get your coloring tools out and start coloring in your whale shark. Whale sharks are normally a very dark blue. Since I don't have a dark blue, I'm going to use my black crayon to color my whale shark. I'm going to be very careful to not color in those dots. If you feel it might be hard to not color in those dots, make sure you outline them first and then color around those outlines. Even though the underneath part of the shark is white, I'm going to still outline the fins and the belly with my black crayon. I will also do the mouth along with the eyeballs. My actual eyeball, I think I will color in blue. I'll color the mouth in with black and red. Now that I have my mouth all colored in, I'm going to move to coloring the fish. Every fish, I want you to outline with a different color than the color you color on the inside. So here I use my magenta. Now in the center of my fish, I'm going to be rotating with different colors. You can see I had a purple, orange, green, and blue fish. Now I'm going to be taking my orange crayon, outlining about 3 to 4 fish, and then taking a new color and coloring in the inside. Every fish I do, I will outline with a different color than the color I color on the inside. Go ahead and start outlining and coloring in your fish with 2 different colors. The reason we are outlining our fish and coloring them in with different colors is because we are going to be trying to make a rhythm of fish. In patterns, they are predictable. So if we were having a pattern of fish, maybe we would do a red, then a blue, red, blue fish. But instead, we are making a big variety of fish with all different colors. Even though the fish repeat over and over again, they are not the same. Now let's work on those seaweeds we see on the bottom. My seaweed is going to go from green to a yellow green, but I'm not going to repeat this pattern. So a normal pattern would be green, green, yellow green, but this one will be a little different. Right now it looks like a pattern, but now it does not because I added the extra yellow-green seaweed in there. Go ahead and choose random colors for your seaweed. Once you get your seaweed all colored in, grab a sand color, I'm using brown, to outline the hills on the bottom of the ocean. And then go ahead and color those in. Now we're going to move to the top of our page. Grab a color that would be perfect for coloring our waves. I'm using blue. I'm going to go right over those wavy lines. And then I'm going to be using a purple crayon after that. Once all your fish are colored in, your ground and the waves, you are all done. I hope you enjoyed learning about rhythm in our fish drawing with the whale shark, and I will be seeing you next week in person.